12:40 p.m., January 28th, Wednesday, hump day. Sunny outside. I think it's supposed to be 35 today, above freezing. I haven't looked at temperature on weather.com. It just has this Bill Belichick, coach of the Patriots, did not get elected into the Hall of Fame. It's his first time eligible, I guess. First of all, how many people are ever elected to the Hall of Fame their first year of eligibility? How many people ever? Secondly, he'll probably get in the Hall of Fame sometime here, in the next 5 or 10 years. If he doesn't go back into coaching in the pros, because they said one of these quarterbacks went back to play football after he was retired here last year. And, an older guy, Phil Rivers, I don't know, somebody. But it also postponed his eligibility to be in the Hall of Fame another 5 years, because you can't be in the Hall of Fame. You have to wait 5 years after you retired. So this coach retired 5 years ago from coaching in the NFL, but he's now coaching in college. And he still, I guess, possibly could go back to the coach in the NFL. And then how many people have ever been elected into the Hall of Fame and then went back into coaching or playing after they were elected? Has that ever happened? I don't know. I think this guy's obviously going to be in the Hall of Fame sometime. But I don't know. All these different scenarios popped in my head that didn't get in the first try. He's still coaching in college. I don't know. I'm sure he'll get in there sometime. Purdue lost last night to Indiana. They lost a couple of games. Illinois, Indiana. I thought they were overrated earlier. They hadn't been playing any. They're playing the Big Ten and they're getting beat by good teams that aren't even ranked. And they're beating good teams. They're still a top 10 team. They may drop out of top 10. I don't know. They don't have Zach Edey anymore. They got a tall, skinny white guy, real tall. He's not dominating underneath like Zach Edey, but he's big and tall and long arms, block shots, stuffs it. He's a force out there. They've got their guards, little, two guards that are good. They're over there with Zach Edey. They're a force. They're going to be there, but they're I don't know. A lot of good teams in Big 10, Big 12. Arizona, I guess, still undefeated. They're number one in the country. All these Pac schools joined the Big 10, Big 12. Big 12's got quite a few new teams that are top in football and basketball. So see what happens. Oklahoma State Cowboys killed Missouri in wrestling. So I looked up, they're ranked number 5 in the country in wrestling right now. Or last night, whatever. I don't know if that counted the Missouri, killing Missouri. They beat Oklahoma, shut them out. Missouri only got 3 points. Iowa and Iowa State, I think, are ranked higher than they are. I guess we'll wrestle them one-on-one. They're usually one-on-one opponents. And Penn State and Ohio State are 1 and 2. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Cowboys are wrestling's their sport. So I hired that new coach, Taylor, and gave him some money. More money than any coach in the history of wrestling. I don't know. Yeah, they're gonna try and get wrestling national championship back. That's their sport. Football and basketball. Well, basketball's good. They got a new coach and they're on a probation, so they're competitive. They're good. They can beat anybody probably. Football, we'll just wait and see what happens next year. 2 years in a row, they're kind of flat tired. I don't know what happened. NIL money, whatever. Chiefs, of course, are not in the Super Bowl, not in the playoffs. But all those New England years, New England fell off, didn't make the playoffs, and Brady got 7 Super Bowl rings, or they got one at Tampa Bay against Chiefs, didn't he? Well, anyway, I'm sure the Chiefs will bounce back next year. Talking about this new football stadium moving to Kansas. I don't know. Seems kind of stupid to me, but somebody's making money off of it and somebody's losing money. Somebody's always making money off a scenario. Somebody's losing money off a scenario. There's never everybody winning 100%, is there? Who the hell knows? These ICE agent things, I don't know, it's ridiculous. Homeboys think they can just get rid of everybody who's not one of their homeboys. Yet here in my homeboy territory, they disrespected me and my degrees and ownership, so it's not acceptable. Well, just like the neighbor is saying, my dad was born in Missouri and went to Missouri High School, so he wasn't from Kansas. So that's an excuse to kill him. They'll just make up a scenario to justify themselves to all their homeboys who go along with it because it's good for the homeboys. Well, it's not right in any way. And, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what the hell's going on with my dad. It's just a complete fucking fucked me up ever since college, started high school. It's just started confusing me what the fuck's going on. But I really do believe they can murder people and they manipulate the system enough to get away with it forever. And they fucked me up forever and gotten away with it, haven't they? As far as I know, they have. I don't have my hedge fund license. I've been in jail for trespassing in Merrill Lynch and Smith Barney that I owned and had family assets at. So trespassing. Just because I got an A in accounting, the common stock owners own the company, does that mean I own the company? No. It just means when I own stock in the company, I own the company. Well, no matter what my grade point was in accounting, I own the company because I own stock. That's so difficult to understand and respect. But CPA might say, lawyer, well, it just gives you a right to vote your share. That's the only thing you got a right to do, nothing else. All this arguments go on and on like that. I don't work for free, so I got to get paid $1 billion a month, a week. And that's the way it's got to be. Artificial intelligence stocks are up a lot. Semiconductor stocks are up a lot. And earnings reports. Federal Reserve Powell is going to speak, make a statement. He's under investigation by Trump. I don't know what the hell's going to happen. Seems lately when Seagate Technologies up 72.71, earnings up 404. That's a giant gain. Silver and gold, they're up a lot, but they're up again today. They haven't come down any from their lofty peaks. Looked like silver was ready to come down Sunday, and it's gone up some, I guess. Western Digital up 26.86. Wow. Dow's negative by 10. S&P's negative by 6. NASDAQ's positive by 31. Day trader's paradise in the stock market. Stifel Nicholas. I think I got a token share of that. This guy's on chairman of Stifel. Got his suntan. Looks like Wall Street. I got a token share of that. They own George K. Baum here in Kansas City, or part of George K. Baum's. George K. Baum's never had me arrested for trespassing. As far as I know, it's privately owned. When I went down there, and they told me my degrees don't matter. Some girl, and I didn't own it, so I didn't raise hell or go in there and just say I own the place. And they're the investment bankers in Kansas City. Maybe I don't fucking know. I got too many memories since I was 16 with them, but I didn't own it. So, Yeah, but owning the place and these public companies prove meaningless with the police and courthouse, and the people get away with disrespecting me. So it's a new ball game for them. It's just become total anarchy and whatever. Minimum wage for my degrees is $1 billion a week, $4 billion a month, $4 billion a year. Hedge fund. I use my engineering, my finance, common sense. Can't efficient market theory. Can't outperform the market. Maximize stock owner value. Shit. Come to common sense and reality. I can outperform the market. I own these companies. They don't care, disrespect. The only companies where they respect you or the people is where you're their inferior and you're bowing to them and being their slave, and then they'll respect you if you're their slave or inferior and you bow to them and you do what they want. They'll acknowledge you on the place if you do. But if you're their superior, better than they are, not bowing to them, not kissing their ass, they'll come in competition, whatever they want to call it. They'll fucking do anything, including get you killed, murders. Because nobody, because the jobs that nobody wants, they try to make them sound great. They know that nobody really wants, like blue collar, white collar, Panasonic plant. Something in the news, a Panasonic employee stabbed somebody and the police shot him and killed him. Blue collar jobs, white collar jobs. How they used to say that? Ford Motors, blue collar, white collar. Payroll, blue collar. The white collar guys were like this guy in Stifle Nicholas, all dressed up in his white shirt and tie and suit, looking fancy, nice. So they're probably not, people out there working in factories are getting dirty and nasty and tattoos and fucking smoking dope and whatever. And, someone may be making $50, $100 an hour. Union guys, I don't know. They're a lot more likely to get violent arguments, fights, different kind of violence than white collar people. But when I was in a white collar Coldwell Banker office working as a realtor, crumb bum came up in a fucking, asked me to help him and blindsided me from behind with sleeper hold. So they're a different kind. They're more sophisticated lies and gossips than just thugs. Well, he was kind of a thug. I mean, I don't know. Coldwell Banker went, that was the beginning. Well, then Dave Johnson came in, and after whatever happened to Chris Sprague. I mean, the crumb thing happened before, and then Chris Sprague was missing, the broker. Never saw him. Then Dave Johnson came in there, and he was a big guy. I guess I didn't get physical back at Crumb. I didn't do anything because I didn't know what to do and afraid I'd get in trouble, lose my real estate license if I got in a fight, or get thrown in jail, destroying the office. I don't know. I don't know. He left a permanent impression on my brain. I woke up and it didn't kill me. It could have killed me. I mean, I don't consider it fooling around in a wrestling match in a fraternity or something, because he suckered me in there and blindsided me. So it was a completely different kind of deal. There may have been two people who looked like Crumb, and I didn't know who the fucking who the fuck knows all these people. I haven't had my real estate license for 20 years. But I still think they need to show some respect and just make me the chairman with my degrees that trump these licenses. People that worked and got these licenses before they went to college are like, oh, you don't need college. I got my degrees. And, everybody's right in their own way, aren't they? Everybody's right in their own way. And I'm right in my way. So Coldwell, Reese, Nichols, hand me $1 trillion. Remember Lynch, Smith, Barney, remember, hand me $1 trillion. Purdue with the Wilburs, hand me $1 trillion. Oklahoma State and IBM, hand me $1 trillion. East Missouri Police, Courthouse, Law, Industry, hand me $1 trillion. Johnson County, Kansas. Police law industry, hand me $1 trillion. $4 billion a year hedge fund paycheck is now minimum wage. And I'm at least 12 times better than that, so I'm $4 billion a month, $1 billion a week. Well, January is almost over. What's going to happen on the news today and tomorrow? Always something crazy happening in there. ICE killing people here in the United States, government, police, whatever they are. Border Patrol, illegal immigrants. I don't know. I guess Dad's mom was part Mexican or Spanish, Maria. She evidently died when she was young, or when he was young. When Dad was young, his mom died when he was very young. I don't know. All I know is those old pictures of him with uneven nostrils like me. And then when he was saying shit about my nose, his last 5 or 10 years, he didn't have uneven nostrils. He was an idiot. He was an idiot. After college, he was an idiot, a lunatic, a mimic, a parrot. I can't take people insulting my parents, but some people are right that they witnessed them say and do things, and I didn't. Well, they fucked me up. I don't know who the fuck that lunatic was. I think he really was a fraud, an identity thief, a lookalike who had even nostrils. Not uneven. I don't know. That'll haunt me for the rest of my life, who the fuck that idiot was. He was an idiot to me. And again, some people just talk like they're idiots to me on purpose because they are idiots to me compared to me. I don't know. Hand me $1 trillion, punks.